Welcome to Toffee TV. Marcel Brands has done his first interview with Everton, discussing his new job.
Yeah, can I just say that when the video we released with the director of football was done in February, when we still had the PE teacher, hence the lukewarm reception to the director of football. No, back to Marcel Brands. Yeah, was quite impressed really with what he said. Seemed quite calm, seemed as if he knows exactly what he wants, and I've said before, just when you're fed up with Everton, they go and pull you back. They bring this Dutch fella out with his white trainers and looking sharp, and he woos you with like he's got a plan, which Everton don't normally do. And I thought he handled the interview, you know, probably like you'd expect, but I thought he said a lot of interesting things, a lot of things that we wanted to know, a lot of things that we discussed and said we hoped to hear. I don't know whether anyone was writing questions down and took them to him, but it was no, I thought it was very good. I thought it was a reason to be hopeful. That was my take on it.
I thought it was really interesting that it was actually filmed in PSV Stadium. I just loved the Dutch are just so like, yeah, you're leaving, just come and film me.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
Just chilled out on his desk with his traps on.
I love the Everton programmes he had on his desk as well.
He knows.
He knows.
He knows. He's no, I thought it was really good interview. It was only 7 minutes long or whatever, but I thought it was. I don't think it was what he said as such. It was just the way he got it over. It was just really calm, really collected. Like he knew exactly what he was talking about. It wasn't filled with like mass excitement. It was just like, I've got this. Don't worry about it. And I think that's the calmness that Everton Football Club need. I think it's a man who knows what his job is. Simple as that. He knows what his job is. He's been doing it for years, and he's going to come in and do it. And I think that's what he you know, exuded over on it, and without going into big detail, you know, of what was asked, you know, he didn't go into too much detail. He just said this summer is about getting the players in that'll help the team, and then we'll go from there. And I thought that was really interesting. You know, really interesting that there'll be a plan, and there's plans there. But first and foremost, it's about making Everton better, and then we'll work on all those other things.
But I thought, you know, considering we didn't really hear anything from Steve Walsh, did we? You know, there was no presence from him. I think he'd probably done an interview when he first come in, can't remember. And we've heard nothing from him since, really. This fella seems to have a grasp on everything, because he's done the job, basically. He knows what he wants, and I just thought the way he went about it, and you know, we all work together. It's the fans club, it's not our club, we're just trying to make it better. And the stuff he said about the academy, and you're right, the first job is, he didn't flower anything. When the question was asked, what you do first, he didn't go, well, you know, we'll get in and have a look, and we'll chat and we'll see what. He was like, we've got to do the first team immediately. That's where we're concentrating, because we've got the season coming up, so we need a manager, get that clarified, get the players. And then when he was asked about the players, it was, yeah, you know, I'll have a say, but I need to speak to the manager, because he's the fella that's actually working with these day in, day out, you know, and we'll go through this. And I know it's probably just standard stuff, but I think it's what we needed to hear, because I think, I don't know about you, but as the season went on, and as the process has gone on with Steve Walsh, I've just questioned what he actually does. I've seen I know you'll get little snippets. Everton have got this scout from Man City, but how's that ever played out? What's happened? Where are you up to with that? What have you? He should have been doing a monthly update, really, for the website. I think he should have a video a month or every couple of months. This is where we are in the process. We're trying to do this. This is the vision. You can't, you know, and I just feel as though with this fella, Dutch are quite straightforward anyway. Are quite forthright in what they're doing. And I think he's going to have much more of a presence around him. I think he's going to have a presence at Finch Farm, and a presence in with the signings and going doing different things. And I thought it was interesting.
I think he's more akin to being almost the manager than being like
yeah.
if Steve Walsh's role was almost like a glorified scout, this fella's almost like a glorified manager. You know what I mean? I think that's more of what his role is based on. I don't think he is the manager. You know, he's not the manager. I don't think he's going to step on the manager's toes, because I think the manager's job is going to be clearly defined, and his job is going to be clearly defined. I think that's one of the things that'll happen straight away. And I think it was really interesting what he said about the manager, and saying that we need a young, modern manager to come in and know the role and do the role, and everyone sort of, you know, we've basically hinted that everyone knows where they're going to be, and you know, again, that puts people's mind at rest with, you know, conversations about who should be the manager, and well, it should be this fella, it should be that fella, and you're like, well, hang on, now you know what the thinking is behind it. Now you know how it all fits in, and I think that really helps as well, because, you know, if people go now and say, oh, I still want it to be this fella, I still want it to be that fella, and you go, well, hang on, if the plan's going to work, it's got to be this kind of manager. And then if only certain kinds of people fit into that, then that window is quite clear, you know, what we need. And I think that's all helpful, because then it's like, if you don't agree with that, then you don't agree with what the plan is. And if you don't agree with what the plan is, that's fine. But then understand that that's the plan. And I think, as you just said before, that's something that Everton haven't had for a long time, is a plan put in place to try and make the first team competitive. And that's ultimately all it comes down to. We
can't bemoan the fact that we're not keeping up with modern day football, which we all have a little go at, if we're not using modern day practices. I've said to you, you know this, we've had conversations before, and I've said I like the idea of the manager choosing the players, because he's got to pick them, because it's alien to me to go, you bring me some players and go, yeah, I'll work with them. Well, the way he put it across is, we'll discuss it and we'll identify the best player, and that's what the fella from PSV said he does. He's very hands-on with the manager, and this is the kind of player who'll fit in the system, and they identify that together, and he goes and sorts it.
But this is the thing, isn't it? Okay, that's the practice, and that's been the practice for a long time, especially in British football. But the world is, I know the world's a smaller place now, but I think by being a smaller, it also creates bigger opportunities. You can go and find players, and find, you know, kids playing in parks in the middle of nowhere now, because the world's closer. You know, someone can go, well, I've seen this kid play because I've seen something. We've got a scout here, or we've got a scout there. It might be like a full-time scout. It might be someone that the club, you know, work with or whatever, and then he gets the footage and he sends the footage over, and then they send it. And that, the manager's job can't be sifting through that. Yes, over the years they'll have had different levels of scouts, and it works its way up. And Brands, I think, you know, you look at someone like Brands, his job will be to say, the manager might come in and go, listen, I want that player, he looks great, because that's how it's always been. And Brands will go, listen, I've got 4 videos of 4 lads there that can do what he can do. I know he can. We can get him half the price. We don't have to battle with X, Y and Z for him.
Yeah.
Or if we miss out on him, how about we go for him? Because, and that's what modern day scouting is. That's how people sign, you know, people that you've never heard of, or when you go, where did he get him from? And you go, because it's extensive scouting, and I think a manager can't always do that. But I think that conversation's right, what you've just said. You've got to have that conversation where a manager walks into a room and says, well, I'd like this player, but then the technical director or director of football just goes, well, fine, but I think I can get you someone better. And then they sit down and look at the video or go and watch them, and then the manager goes, you're right, he is better. I think that's where the conversations have got to be.
Well, it's got to be that, because it's about working together, isn't it? It's about the whole, if it doesn't flow, then the problems arrive, and I think that's what happens.
There's got to be
reading
trust
between the lines. I think that's what happened with Koeman.
But I think that worked on both ways with Koeman and Steve Walsh.
It's not all down to Steve Walsh.
I think Koeman was too stubborn to allow other people's opinions into the room at times.
Yeah,
and it all has to be. See, the manager might come. I don't know. The manager might come in and go, "Well, look at this playing." And they go, "Well, hang on, we're trying to build this. That's not what we want." Yes, he's got assets, but it's not what we want. He's not going to help it. And I think that all has to come into play. So, I mean, that covers most things. But you know, he also made comments that weren't in the video regarding Adam Luchman as well. He said he's aware of the players that were on loan and has seen them play, and you know, wants to have a chat with them and wants to you know, make sure he's at Everton next season, basically. So that I mean, that's good as well, isn't it? That's promising.
Yeah, you know that it's all about younger players, creating a younger, hungry team. Adam Luchman's got loads of good attributes, like we said before. He's done really well at Leipzig. He'll be better for the experience, and he needs a manager who will believe in him and who'll play attacking football. And that's the difference, isn't it? And if that's the theme that we're going with, if that's the vision to play fast attacking football, you want fast attacking players, and that's what Adam Luchman is. And we want our team full of younger players, but they've got to be good enough, not just younger players for the sake of it. Ideally, we'd have half a dozen from the academy who that's at a good level.
But that's the thing he sort of wants to do as well, doesn't he? He wants to restructure the academy to make sure there's more players going into the first team. That takes pressure off buying players, so that you can buy better players,
better quality,
and the money goes into them, and which is again really promising. That's something he's going to look at. And again, something that's been hinted at is you know, making sure that the wages come down as well. And I imagine it might be, I don't know, with the Wayne Rooney situation, whether that's been part of it. It's almost like saying, well, if we're going to pay you a top wage, we expect something back, and it sounded like he's bringing like the ethos of you will get paid what you deserve. It seems like that's what basically it sounds like. You know, they're encouraging, and we won't waste money if we don't feel it's right. Which again, I mean, I know in this era, like last summer we were used to spending a lot of money, but you know, you've got to see a return on that. You can't be spending. It's not an endless stream. We're not Man City. We're not PSG. We haven't got a country behind us. You've got to see. But also, it's if you're going to pay someone, it's a reward, isn't it? You want players who are like, well, I'm happy to sit on the bench and earn my £100,000 a week. That, you know, if that's the case, if they're going to say, well, listen, you mightn't be part of the plans next season starting, and your pay will reflect that. And if you don't like that, you can go somewhere else. And I think that's healthy as well. Yeah,
the wage bill is a big thing, and people will look at it and it'll be doom and gloom. It'll be sell to buy and this, that and the other. It's nothing to do with that. You've got to follow financial fair play with the Premier League rules in terms of the wages. And so if you've got lads who aren't involved on big money, get them out the door. Create that money in the wage bill for younger players but also don't give everyone big silly contracts. You're gonna have to do it with top players, but we've got players there who are on much more than the likes of Dele Alli and Harry Kane, who've been doing it every week for years, you know. And you're looking, I can't remember who it was, but there's like another player, like a high profile player, and it's like his wages are 65 grand, and you're like, oh no, Snyderland that on like 120, you know, that kind of thing. So if you're paying £100,000 a week or whatever, you need your them players to be knocking it out the park every week for you, and it sounds like he's going to get a real handle on all of that. That's good. That's what it sounds.
He starts his job officially on June the 1st, which again is a lot of, comes down to, it's the start of the financial year basically, so it comes down to contracts and things like that. But I'm sure he's getting plenty of stuff in, getting his preparation, might be getting a bit of rest in, and it just seems like he knows the job, and that's the best thing. Good start. Sounds good.
Where we go from here.
It's good the club did the interview as well. I think that's helpful. Keeps everyone in the know, and we can go about
And let's hope they continue that and keep that up. Let's
Yeah.
hope we hear from them regularly, and then
Yeah.
I mean everyone's clear then what's happening.
Yeah, and what the roles are, and he can go about now appointing the new manager, getting on with doing that, and it all fits together, and that's all we want.
Yeah.
Let us know your thoughts on Marcel Brands, his first interview for Everton. What did you think about what he had to say? Thanks for watching Toffee TV. We'll see you later.